14th of March, 2186. Just responded to an SOS beacon from some Helldivers on Archnar Secundus. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly, actually. They were trying to defend the city against the bugs. The main objective in this sector was to destroy infested towers in the city. I noticed on the radar map as well that there was a downed escape pod in the area that we needed to secure and upload the data back to Super Earth. I was proud to be able to drop in and support this group of Helldivers on this mission. I put on my CE-74 Breaker armor again, with the SC-30 Trailblazer Scout helmet and Reaper of Bounties cape on my back. Despite being in the city, I wanted to be mobile for this mission more. In the past, I've usually tried to maybe have a little bit heavier armor because it's harder to move through the city sometimes with citizens, there's different CF soldiers in the area, and vehicles and buildings and stuff that you gotta navigate. But I just felt something in my bones for this, like a nudging feeling from Lady Liberty that was guiding me through this. I brought along my concussive liberator again. I gotta say, it's still a damn fine weapon to use against the bugs, and I recommend it to any other Helldivers that haven't tried it. On my belt was my grenade pistol and incendiary grenades as well for me. I did change up my stratagems a little bit for this mission, loading up with the spear gun this time, and the jump pack for even more mobility to get around. Along with these, I had the machine gun sentry ready to help clear the bugs out, and an orbital gas strike as well. I've noticed a solid effectiveness of the gas against the bugs in particular, and I hope in time to be able to purchase that chemical agent's war bond in my near future. Now, recently, super credits have been still very difficult to acquire, just not having a lot of luck locating those in the field. But I know that in time, I'll be able to support Super Earth and to be able to purchase more of those war bonds for ministries and Super Earth and the war effort in general. The Helldivers on the planet were already fighting hard before I had arrived to support them. I loaded up the Hellpod Space Optimization Booster too. None of the divers on the surface had it equipped, and I wanted to be able to support them as best as I could. And this is a very solid use to be able to do so. As soon as I landed on the planet and called in my gear, the combat was already fierce. Shriekers were swarming the sky already above us. But my fellow Helldivers had destroyed one of the infested towers by the time I had landed. So we just had one more to take out from this sector of the city. I did drop very close to the down escape pod too. Once we cleared up enough bugs and cleared the skies and everything that we could, I booked it to that pod and connected to the data and got it uploaded back to my Super Destroyer to be able to transmit it back to Super Earth. A nearby bug breach hit during this time too, but it was a perfect time for that orbital gas strike to be called in to suffocate those bugs as they tried to pop out of the ground. We all moved west from here to the final main objective in the area. A note at this time too, so I don't get too far ahead from this, mostly for you, my other fellow Helldivers. Orbital strikes in the heavy city areas like this can take a second because sometimes our super destroyers have to reposition themselves in orbit before they can fire their barrages or strikes or whatever we're calling in. Just something to note. Sometimes they can be a little bit of a headache waiting for them to get called in. We finally got to the last infested tower. A fellow Helldiver had called in the Hell Bomb to destroy it. Now, unfortunately, the beacon for this call-in caused the Hell Bomb to land about 6 stories above our heads. None of us were able to reach it from the position we were at on the ground. Once the super destroyers had loaded up another one into a hell pod and got it ready for us, I called in the second one. Tried to call it in just a little further back from the tower. Thankfully, this one landed on the ground, close to where we could get to it. I armed it up, and we all got the hell out of there. The hell bomb taking down that last tower, thankfully, and we could move on to the nest in the area and other secondary objectives to locate. During this entire mission, we had eagle strikes coming in from the DSS, hitting the bugs in the city as well. It was fantastic to see them just blast through the bugs with each run that they came through in the area. After the second tower was destroyed, we worked our way north to a heavy bug nest that was inside the city. I about got clawed to death before reaching it a couple times and dealing with the tower, but thankfully Lady Liberty had guided me and kept me safe. But it did cost my entire stim pack to do so. But I was able to call in resupplies for us and got myself topped up and continued and pushed forward toward these nests. Before getting to the heavy nest, we were able to take down some light nests along the way and just kept pushing on northwest toward that nest, finally. When I had reached it, I called in an orbital gas strike first to irritate the bugs that may have been down in that area. Then I called in my machine gun sentry to help distract and kill some of them, so that way we could focus on just the bug holes and whatever stragglers had been left over. During this time, another diver had thankfully wiped out a medium nest in the area. Also, a note for newer and even seasoned divers, if they're not aware of this, but a spear gun can close up those damn bug holes with a well-placed shot, so something to take advantage for yourself with. In time, thankfully, in clearing up everything in the area, I was able to finally clear up and destroy that heavy bug nest. From there, I ran east and located an illegal broadcast tower nearby in the city. Before this, thankfully, I was able to locate some ammo packs on the ground to resupply myself back up. My concussive liberator and spear gun, the grenade pistol had been used up pretty heavily. As well as this, a pack of hunters had been tracking me apparently and tried to kill me. But I turned my concussive liberator on them and wiped them out with, a couple stims to be used. Stim or two that needed to be used for myself. I didn't have the best equipment to destroy the tower like I normally would in the past, so I decided to use a terminal to activate it and just take it offline from there. And thankfully, with some protection from my fellow Helldivers, I was able to do so. Got the tower activated and was able to take it offline. And from there, decided to push southeast. And eventually, I'd located a second illegal broadcast tower, and following the same pattern, I'd manned the control panel and was able to take it offline. Before reaching the second tower, though, I had a little bit of a surprise that a Bile Titan was blocking our path. I shot it in the face with my spear gun, hoping that the gas would irritate it for a little bit for my fellow Helldivers to get close in and help take it down. Thankfully, another diver had called in a rail cannon strike, and that Bile Titan was taken down in one fell shot. We had pushed south from this area after that broadcast tower and located the final two bug nests in this sector before this area of the city was finally cleared up. We could move on to dive to another area of it. Another diver and myself took the heavy nest down with little issues, thankfully. We moved to the last medium nest in the area. I'd called in a gas strike to try and help clear it out from the bugs before we closed in on the holes and was able to clear everything out. After my super destroyer had to reposition, finally the gas strike hit. I was able to help clear out those bugs. My fellow Helldiver, thankfully, had mopped up some of them with, I think one of them had the incendiary shotgun I believe, the incendiary breaker shotgun, and a grenade launcher that was able to help out. So I was thankful for that. Finally, we got those last bug holes cleared up, and now it was time to get our butts to the extraction point and get out of this area of the city. I began to book it west to our extraction point to call in the Pelican to get us off the planet. On the way, a patrol had blocked up my path, and with them a charger that I had just enough equipment I could take him down, but I was hoping that my fellow Helldivers would catch up as well soon. Gas strike had bought me some time, and I focused my spear gun shots on the charger just as best as I could. Without a clear shot to its face or rear, I could only hold him off for so long, but my fellow divers caught up with me and were able to clear up the bugs. I got to the extraction zone first and called in our ride to get us out of there. As my fellow Helldivers reached our position, an impaler was closing in on us. I shot with my spear gun, and thankfully another diver called in a rail cannon strike on it, taking the bug down. We all held out, and when our Pelican arrived, we loaded up and got off the planet, thankfully, back to our super destroyers. And just after this, another mission to die for Super Earth and for a managed democracy.